Hey there, everybody. This is Relic, and this is Savage Lands. I had to create a new world, so I figured while I'm at it trying to get back to the second island, do like a little walkthrough of how to get to the second island, and kind of how to start the game. So, when you start out, which you start out here, and what is with my mouse? Oh, feels kind of sluggish. You have all your starting stuff here. You always want to read the letter. That's pretty important. And you got all your starting gear, some starting stuff. Huh. Looks like they got rid of the mace you start out with because they used to give you like a purple mace right here that was really good for mining with. Looks like all you get is the hatchet now. But here's all the starting stuff. And my opinion, the best spot to start going towards is to the left here. And you'll find just right over here, there'll be another skeleton letter, tutorial letter, and a potion, and a bag that holds your loot. So you have more inventory and a healing potion, which is called Howls, apparently. And over here is a small little village. It's kind of burnt down. You have these little skeleton bros here that are really easy to kill. And if we come across another one, I can show you how not to take any damage from them. Yeah, there's two actually. And another lore book. And this here is spawn point. So you hit that and you'll always revive at this point. And there's other ones all across the world that you can use that with. Here's an early fire pit that has some material already in it, so it's easy to craft, along with the buildings. I'd recommend work towards this building. These other ones are kind of crappy. And some easy wood to pick up, which is very handy. And tanning solution for the tannery, and you start with the tannery there for doing leather work. And wow, they give you a lot more material than they used to on this. That's good. Oh, they do give you a purple weapon thing there, but that's not really much of anything. And also patching kits that you use for creating armor, some healing bandages, tannic for tannering, another potion, and some tin ore and coal, and some flint. And you also get a pair of boots that you can wear. So also you can pick this up and reuse it anytime, any other place, but it takes up one of your inventory slots that you would have one of your bags for inventory at. And placing them is kind of a pain because it drops them, and it always drops them in a weird rotation that you can't control, so you can never get it neat like it is against that wall here. It'll always be like crooked or something like that. So if you're really anal about that kind of stuff, that'll drive you insane like it does with me. And you also got a nice little cauldron here for making potions that you can easily craft. But this nice big area to put all your crafting stuff, which that K, but hit J and click on this little thing here. There's all your crafting stuff. Crafting table, forge, workbench, smelter. All very important to have. And I like putting them like right here in this corner here, tightly, so I can just stand in the middle and have access to all of them at one time. So that's a nice little tip there. And also, when you create this place, you'll get a fireplace here that's part of the building, and you can cook meat and basically cook all your foods in that and not spend any resources on it. So you don't have to, because with these fire pits, you have to constantly put fuel into it, so constantly using wood or coal. I think it's just wood, actually. So you'd be constantly using material to just cook your food. But with this building, you'll have the fire pit and never spend anything except for crafting your food. Also, it says here you need the nails. And what you can do is break down this cart. And as you see, you get a lot of wood planks. And you're supposed to get nails too. Yeah, here they are. Forged nails. And you get some raspberries, an apple, and some little bitties. But you can use those to build up the place. Now I'm not going to build it up because I want to build a place on the second island, so. But also this is a great little farm area for cotton here to make your fabric. And I'd also recommend when you're starting here to make a few basically traps. Here we go. Rabbit snares. Now, the rest of these traps are like this one, this. They're all garbage. Don't waste your resources on them. Apparently they're originally made for PvP when this game was designed specifically for like a PvP style battle royal type game. Then they changed it. But the problem with these traps here is once they're used, once something triggers it, they get deleted. You can't reuse them. Unlike the rabbit snare, you collect your rabbit and it auto resets and catches another rabbit later. So the rabbit snare is the only trap worth getting. And all the other traps just avoid at all costs. Now, also, another good tip for this spot is one, you got plenty of wildlife. Like, this island's full of wildlife, so when you need food, you come to this island and just gorge up on loads of rabbits and deers and boars. So you won't have a problem with food here. If you go across this little bridge to this little island here, there's a lot of these nodes. Like, here's a clay node. And there's a lot of flint. On the other side of this rock is a coal. And here is a tin for all your tin ore you need, which is going to be like your first suit of armor that you're going to be building. And you also got a little lore book here. And as I said, flint right here. I think there's like 3 veins of flint here. And I think this is coal. Yeah. You got a coal here and a coal over there. And it's nice little starting resources. Then when you're really wanting a lot of tin ore, this tower right here where the dragon's usually sitting on, but the dragon won't mess with you. Around the base is a lot of tin ore veins that you can gather, and they all the veins will respawn after, I think it's like 1 day, so 1 night cycle. and they should be back. And wildlife just continues to spawn infinitely. Now trees, however, I don't know if trees respawn. I haven't noticed them ever respawning, so trees might be a limited resource. Or maybe they just go down to a certain point and then they pop back up. Now, to get to, also, if you notice this flaming sword I have here, because if you notice at the health bar at the bottom right here, you will slowly get cold the more you're out, and that coldness will go away when you have like a torch out, or if you're standing next to a fire, or since I'm hungry, you see the orange is lowering my stamina, and if I lose all my stamina, I will also die. So you want to eat, that gets rid of your hunger level, and it'll also get rid of your coldness from cooked meat. But with the sword counts as a heat source, and you can get this sword from the tower right there that has the dragon on it, the dragon statue. And that boss spawns at nighttime, and there's a 50-50 chance he'll spawn. It's either he's going to spawn or this little fighter demon thing, and I wouldn't recommend fighting the fire demon thing, because that thing hurts. Like, really, really bad. So, but the boss is this giant skeleton with a two-hand flaming sword. Why we don't get a two-handed flaming sword and one hand off him, I don't know. But he hurts a lot, so I'd recommend getting a full 10 armor first. So work over here, gather the 10 armor, and then you'll be ready to fight. Are you going? Now I'm in higher level gear, so he might actually come at me. I think he is. You gonna mess with me, bro? Yeah, you better go to your little perch. Okay. Yeah, I'm in steep iron armor, so that kind of attracts him, so once you get to, I believe, iron and higher, he can randomly come down and start firebombing you. So that's another little tip there. Yeah, just stay up there, bro. But yeah, in the dungeon over here, you got the skeleton with the flaming sword, which is the one you want. And you can get this flaming sword off him, and I think it's like a 50% chance that you can get the sword. But majority of the time you'll get this green skull that you can put in your offhand, and it is extremely good, and in my opinion, extremely important. Because the green skull will increase your regen of your stamina immensely, which helps you getting around a lot easier. I believe it also increases your movement speed slightly as well. So, yeah, Green Skull, extremely good. Other than that, if you're fighting really tough fights, I'd recommend using a shield for the extra durability. Now, to get back over here to our little base, starting base. Now, to get to the next island, guess we already covered basically all the resources you're going to need. You want to head this way to the left, and there'll be a town, a burnt down town. And in this town, you have to wait until nighttime, and I think there's like a 60-70% chance the boss will spawn there. And you have to kill this giant skeleton boss. Here it is. Yeah, this is what you're looking for. There's also a spawn point right here. And he usually spawns around over here. And the skeleton boss, he's a bit nasty. He's building a giant hammer like we have here. And it's like a giant flaming hammer that's like got this blue flames on it. And it's pretty cool. And you can kill him, and he also has a 50% chance to drop that hammer. But also, he'll drop... I don't think it's a guaranteed every time, but he has a chance to drop the rune you're needing that you'll need for the activating the portal. So, if you miss out, just wait until the next night and just chill out here, and hopefully he spawns again. Technically, if you don't mind dealing with the boss or running from the boss all the time, you probably build up this, because all these buildings you can build up and use as a base, which wouldn't be too bad of an idea, because Dragon's actually kind of far from here, so well, maybe you can build this as a base. And there's also a bunch of little resources around that you can collect. There's boxes you can smash that has resources in them. That there, and there's a bunch of bandages, fresh water. You got cotton and stuff there. Okay, here's this guy. So these guys are very easy to dodge. It's got a simple move, you just smack him. Let him do his attack, move to the right, smack him again, and he dead. And sometimes you can gather stuff off them. Looks like this guy's just empty, doesn't have anything. So no loot there, unfortunately. I got some tin ore, some coal. Not bad. Okay, now this will be the first rune, which is off this guy. Get off me. And those guys are pretty much the same as the other ones. They're very slow, and just anytime you're fighting them, just basically just strafe around them. You won't have a problem. I believe over here there's also a tin ore area. Here it is. Mushrooms. Here it is. Tin ore. So there is a tin ore vein in this town right behind the big building. So when you're needing tin ore, just come here. You also will always need to get tin ore for the repair hammers, even when you're using iron. Because you gotta have those repair hammers. So fresh water, wood blink, bandages that we don't need. Okay, after you get that guy, the rune, then you want to look for this one spot. Should be somewhere towards this tower, I believe it was. I might be just derping. There's kind of like in the side of one of the, here it is. Yep, towards the tower here. You have the shrine. That's a giant wolf. And just like the other guy, got a little lore book there. Right outside, down here in this little alleyway, there's a spirit wolf that will spawn. And that spirit wolf, I believe, only appears at night. And he's got a 50-50 chance to spawn. and you have to kill that wolf to get the other rune that you need for the portal to enter the second island. And you also get a spirit orb off him too that you have to use for two things. You can use it to summon other players if you're playing in a group. You can summon them directly to you, which is very helpful if you're on another island and they just started and they ended up here. You can just teleport them from here straight to you, which is pretty sweet. I should have Flaming Sword out because I'm freezing. And also, you'll need that orb to craft, I think there's like a couple items that require it to make. I believe it's, let's see. You get K for your basic crafting, your armor and stuff. I think it's the spirit armor, if I'm not mistaken. Not crystal, it's higher level. Mithril? No, that's higher level. Not everything here is in the correct format. Oh, here it is. Well, spirit dust. Maybe it was a weapon. Yeah, I think it was a relic item. Wolfbane? Ah, here it is. Yeah, the wolf soul. You need 2 of them to make this rare sword called the Wolfsbane. And it also requires that stick that we found in the chest back there. So you don't want to get rid of that stick to make this. I could have sworn I heard that dragon land. That dragon's making me paranoid. Okay, there he is. He's still up there. That kind of freaked me out there a little bit. But once you got both runes, now you can't go up there to the top of the tower. I've tried. I've even tried glitching my way up. You're not supposed to be able to get up there, which is sad. You should be able to venture in there. I think that's kind of a missed opportunity of the devs. Like, you should be able to explore that. But you want to go to the back here. Follow the coastline, which is where the skull kind of comes in handy. Also, there's a meteor here, which if you try not to go inside the fire, because it's pretty much going to kill you. But you can find nice little resources around there. Little rude little skeletons as well. And you can also, once you get high enough, you can mine that for higher level crafting material. But you won't need that until, I think, like the 3rd island. So you don't have to worry about the meteor. But you want to go over here to that spot right here. And let's get over here. And here is the portal to the 2nd island. You also got a little lore there. Now, I already have the 2 runes, but just do what I told you to do over there, and you'll have the runes to activate the portal. And then you just walk on through, and you are on the 2nd island. Now, this island is huge, and I still haven't explored the full thing, and I've only found 1 rune so far, so yeah, we're gonna have a lot of adventures here. So if you enjoyed this little walkthrough, leave a like and subscribe, and catch you all later.